Welcome back to Talking Lead. This is episode 49, and Left Hand's late again. So, our guest today is Dax Bruner. Am I saying it right?
You are saying it right.
Of Cantubruner Designs?
That's it.
Okay. I've always wondered if it was like pronounced a different way, but you make pins out of old shell casings.
I do.
Spent shell casings, and they are some cool pins. But we'll talk a little bit more about your company here in a little bit. Right now, what we usually talk with Left Hand and I about is kind of what we did with firearms this week. So what'd you do with firearms this week, man?
Well, I did very little with firearms this week. With my business the way it is, this is my busiest time. I would say this week I decapped probably 1,000 308 shell casings.
Holy crap.
Yep. We got a lot of pins going out the door.
I bet. So, Christmas.
Yeah, we decapped at least 1,000 and machined those out, and we're getting them ready to go.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, I finished up a project that I was doing for a local gun shop who is paying me in guns. So I got a new AR and I got a Kel-Tec Sub 2000, which when Left Hand gets here, he's going to get a kick out of that. Because he's got both the 40 and the 9mm Sub 2000. He's got them all tricked out and everything, and he's been telling me to get one for a while, and finally they had one. It was a good price, so I got it. The AR that I got, though, is a Head Down Products out of Georgia.
Yep.
That thing is awesome. And I've read a lot of reviews online. I think maybe when they first started, I could be wrong, their machining wasn't that great. It was kind of blocky and stuff. But now, I mean, it's a good-looking rifle. It's full billet. So, I mean, it's a solid rifle. And took it out yesterday. Made the mistake of putting a crappy little sight mark fake EOTech on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work too well. I think it held 0 for maybe 10 rounds.
Oh, wow.
And I wasn't too happy with that thing. So I switched that out. I returned that and got one of the True Glow tactical scopes.
Yep.
That's pretty slick. I was trying to decide if I wanted to put a scope or a reflex sight on it, and the scope's only one-time magnification. So, I mean, I could still kind of get to it pretty quick, and it's not going to be too big a deal, but I like it. I mean, it's got the green or the red reticle, but that head-down rifle, man, it is solid, and I was shooting 25 yards, maybe less than an inch group. Yeah. Really, really nice once I got it zeroed. And then, of course, the sight went off and lost 0, so.
That's how that goes, man.
Oh, yeah. But it's a nice rifle. We're going to try to do some stuff with them. When Left Hand gets here, I'll let an announcement come out about the fundraiser we're doing in February, which actually we need to talk to you about that too. Okay. You may be interested in jumping in on that one.
I'm always in.
Like you've heard on their show, we do have a Jack Wagon of the Week, and here is Arlie Ermy to announce that.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jack Wagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
So this week's Jack Wagon of the Week is going to kind of go along the lines of Tom Cruise. I don't know what the deal is with these freaking celebrities saying stuff. We had Tom Cruise on a couple weeks ago. We didn't have him on the show, but he was the Jack Wagon.
I heard.
Because of the garbage he said about, my job is tougher than going and fighting in Afghanistan or whatever it was.
Yes.
And there was a lot of vets in our country that got really freaking ticked off, and a lot of non-vets, just patriots in general, that was like, that guy's an idiot.
Yep.
Well, now good old Kanye West, which isn't a surprise to many people, has jumped on that bandwagon / jackwagon train. He said that dancing on stage is like going to war.
I saw that.
Yeah, and no.
And the word around Instagram, which I frequent, is there's a picture of Kanye at a press conference saying these things, and there's an Army sniper down below him say, "Dance."
Yeah, exactly. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kanye West, welcome to the Jackwagon train. Stupid thing. Any other celebrities that are out there listening to this, don't make any comments like your stinking job singing, dancing, or playing a musical instrument is tougher than what our military do overseas.
Oh, man.
So, Jackwagon of the Week right there.
I'm telling you. He earned that one.
Now, Dax, our subject that we're going to talk about a little bit tonight, and we'll get into this after I ask you a few questions, is where I got connected with you, and that was on Instagram.
Yes,
and
sir.
We're going to kind of talk about social media and how guns integrate with social media, which I think is pretty well. But
Fantastic.
Before we get to that, how did you get into guns originally?
Well, I tell you, I am from a very small town in Oklahoma. And, my grandpa, we had a horse breeding operation up there. And, the way I got involved was saving livestock, really. We were, you got a coyote chasing a $5,000 racehorse through the pasture. That's a dead coyote.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was basically that. We didn't go to shooting ranges. We didn't do any of that. We target practiced in the pasture.
Farm life.
And that's just how it is.
Nice.
So that's how we did it.
You have any military law enforcement background?
I do not.
Okay.
It depends on which side of law enforcement you're talking about. But, I got rowdy a few times, but no, I've never served.
I wonder if we should start counting that as a good as an answer for the question.
And I knew you were going to ask me the question, and I was debating on what to say there, and I was like, well, yeah, I've had some contact with law enforcement, not in the way most people think, but
you've had laws enforced on you.
I have. I've been the enforcee.
Yeah, there you go. Spent your fair share of time in a cop car.
I have.
See, that should be your answer right there.
In the back.
Nice. When it comes to pop culture type stuff, whether it's a movie, TV show, video game, book, anything like that, when it involves firearms, what's your go-to? What's your favorite?
Tombstone.
Good choice.
Yep. By far.
Skin that smoke wagon.
Exactly. And see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear that line, and I just think of my granddad. I mean,
you know what? Since Left Hand's not here, this is a perfect time to bring out something that he did once when we were recording a show at the Armory.
Oh boy!
All right, so he's a fan of Tombstone too. We all love the old westerns and the new westerns.
Sure,
but the skin that smoke wagon thing. Andrew, the manager of Nashville Armory, came out and he was showing us his cowboy rig. He got an awesome deal on I think it was an old Ruger Red Hawk or Black Hawk. I can't remember which one it was. But single action. And Left Hand screams out, I'll just play it right here.
Skin that meat wagon.
So he said, skin that meat wagon.
Oh.
Instead of skin that smoke wagon. And he yelled it. And the entire Nashville Armory lost it. And for a while there, every time he walked into the Armory, Andrew had it ready. We had a little MP3 made of it, and when he walked in, all you heard was
skin that meat wagon.
Oh my god! Dang, man.
So yeah, that went down in history. In fact, now that we've said it on the show, I may make a T-shirt out of that just for him.
Hey, you ought to.
This could be awesome.
Wow, maybe that could be the new nickname.
Meat wagon.
Yeah.
Left Hand's new nickname is now Meat Wagon, and he doesn't even know it yet.
Yep. And when he gets there, I'll say you're welcome.
There you go. Perfect. When it comes to guns that you've owned, has there ever been one that there's a little bitty part of you that's maybe been a little embarrassed to own it?
Truthfully, no.
Uh-huh.
However, I was watching or listening to your episode 45 today.
Uh-huh.
And I see a Joe O. Biden Roscoe P. And I bought 10 of them.
Did you? So, nice.
So I will on my next show that I do with you, I'll say I'm embarrassed to own those. How's that?
That's perfect.
No, I can't say that I've had anything like that. No.
What about on your bucket list? Like, what's the next gun that you want to buy?
I tell you, anything in Brandon Bond's front seat at the gas station. Yeah. No, seriously. I have always wanted an old octagon barrel Henry 4440.
Oh, nice.
And it's obviously not for accuracy or anything like that. I just as a design guy,
yeah, I
love that gun. I love the look of it. I like what it's about. You know what I mean? I've always wanted one.
There was one I was gonna get. They had it at the gun shop where I got those rifles I was talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. And when I went to get the rifles, they had already sold it. But it was the Henry lever action octagon barrel 357 mag.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to get that thing so bad, and they sold it within, I think they said 20 minutes after they got it in.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I can imagine.
Well, Left Hand just peeked in. I think he's on the phone though. He walked up here.
Meat wagon.
Meat wagon is here.
Hey, all right.
So Left Hand, you're back. You made it in.
I did. Fashionably late.
I thought we were going to finish the show without you for a minute there. We're 12 minutes in.
Busted ass through that Nashville traffic.
I know it, man. It's crazy. All the people in like Atlanta and Boston and everywhere with bad traffic are going, you idiot. Nashville's nothing. 12 minutes.
But if you live in Boston or Atlanta, you're pretty much wrong anyway, so you got nothing to say. You got nothing to say for yourself.
That sounds like Paul Markle. Is Paul Markle on the line with us?
And yes, he is.
I think I know why he jumped in here, too. I think we're going to talk about the shooting on the shitter, huh?
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording, but I'm going to bleep out the shitter.
Oh, okay.
But I can't help. I mean, that's just perfect. It's a shooting on the shitter.
Not only you have a irresponsible discharge out of his... What all that we were talking to?
Yeah, that's why he came on.
Where to put your gun.
Exactly. That's why he popped in here to talk about that. Paul, tell us what happened to this guy.
Well, apparently he was in it was a restaurant. I don't have the show notes open in front of me, but he was in a restaurant and he went in there and was doing his business, and apparently at some point in time the booger hook came in contact with the bang switch, and he put apparently he grazed some meat through his leg or his butt cheek. We're not sure which, but yeah, and then into the floor, and it excited the patrons, and it was a big whoops. And I it's not hilarious because somebody got injured, but it's kind of hilarious because we were talking when we last did we were talking about that very thing.
Yeah.
and that's the situation that we're in. People, they get all excited about, the new concealed carriers, and, they have the gun on, and it's almost like a hot coal in their pocket because you always feel it there. It's always there.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody ever thinks about actually armed living, because you're not going out to get in a gunfight. You're going out to live your life, and you just happen to have a gun with you. And so what do you do in those situations, And when my kids were little, people ask this a lot. They're like, well, I got little kids, and I don't want them climbing on me with a holstered gun and stuff. And, what? You're absolutely right. And so what I started doing when my kids were little is I started fanny pack carrying, because
nice.
I scoop them up in my left arm or my right arm or whatever, and not have to worry about them. Because, you scoop up a 2-year-old and his leg catches on your pistol and it kicks it out onto the ground. It's kind of an embarrassing thing in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle the fanny pack thing, though.
At the very least. You get you a nice Maxpedition.
I was living in Florida at the time, so they issue you one when you enter the state of Florida.
It's like a requirement, in Florida.
They give it to you.
It's got to be like these weird colors, too.
I'm going to come to SHOT Show with a fanny pack, and I'm going to sit there in that cigar bar we're going to meet at, and I'm going to wear a bedazzled fanny pack.
Oh, really? Hey, rock on, man.
A fanny pack to Zeke is like a full-on backpack to anybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
To get one to fit him.
Well, you guys remember, was it Galco or Blackhawk? One of them, maybe it was Blackhawk, but they made one, and it was technically, quote-unquote, a fanny pack, but it was huge. I mean, it was like a mini, like camping pack like almost. It was so, it was like a little mini rucksack. It was like kind of like a fanny pack. Who was in the military here in the old school? Well, back in the olden days, in the Cold War, we had these mini packs that you wore on the back of your gear, and you can bleep this out, but we called it an ass pack.
You can say ass.
That's where, it's like your day pack where you put all your miscellaneous just going out to the field stuff, and or fanny pack if you wanted to clean it up. But I think it was Blackhawk. They had them, and you could put a gun like as big as a Beretta 92 into one of these things. But it was so big. It was cool if you're going like out to the park or camping or something. I had one that was forest green, and if you took the kids out camping or what have you, it just looked natural.
Yeah.
So they actually call it a fanny pack? Like they advertised it that way?
Yeah, well, I think they call it a tactical waist pack or something like that.
When I hear tactical waist pack, I'm not thinking waist around the waist. I'm
I got it pulled up right now.
like a tactical colostomy bag or something.
Right.
It's a Blackhawk weapon fanny pack with with the thumb brake holster and belt loops. Is that the one?
Probably.
Yeah, it's kind of large.
Well,
it's like a secondary parachute.
Yeah, like CrossFitters or whatever. Or you could put a Nalgene bottle. You could hook that up there, and And you could walk around amongst hippies all day long, and they would never know.
Hey, you get a small dog.
It would never occur to them to pee down their legs.
They'd probably come up to you and ask if you got any weed seeing that thing, though.
Really? Did you just go there?
Yeah, I did. So, Paul, y'all got anything big coming up you want to kind of plug?
Oh, well, let me see. We're in pre-production right now for season 5 of Student of the Gun TV, and that's going to air in January. The Student of the Gun radio has been just growing by leaps and bounds here the last month or two.
That's what I heard from Little Birdie.
Great news. Colt Manufacturing. You know Colt.
Uh-huh.
Colt is our newest sponsor on Student of the Gun
Congratulations.
Radio.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
So they sponsor the TV show and the radio show now. And we just got to, you guys know I was trapped in Dallas for an extra couple of days by that ice storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I was up there visiting in Fort Worth with the folks from Excess Sights. And they just expanded their facility, bought a bunch of new CNC machines, and they got a lot of stuff going on for the new year.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
Now, Jared's on the road right now. He's having his little pre-Christmas mini vacation.
Yeah, he's supposed to stop by here next week.
That's what he said. I talked to him a little bit ago, but Jared got to go down we went down to Kingsville, Texas, at a rifles-only training facility, and Jared got to take basically a one-on-one precision rifle training class and got to shoot all the way out to 1,000 yards.
That's
What
awesome.
did he use?
Well, he used I've got a 308 bolt action that's like an M40 variant. Mm-hmm. And he used that all the way out to 900. And then for the 1,000-yard shot, the boss man there let him shoot his Accuracy International 300 Win Mag.
Ooh.
And he dialed it in. He gave him the dope. He's like, all right, dial it in. Take your time, relax, get behind it. And, the lead instructor, Jacob, down there spotted for him. And he pressed the shot off, and 1,001, 1,000, bam. Hit. First shot at 1,000 yards, he connected with a steel silhouette.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's top shot material.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
And then he, he said, "Well, can you do it a second time?" And he's like, "I'll try." So he got back down and he second shot, 1,000 yards, hit. So he was pretty pleased with his little self.
Nice.
What was the target he was shooting at?
Steel silhouette.
Steel silhouette.
Yeah,
Nice.
a steel silhouette target.
Cool.
And then it's going to be perfect timing if he can get down here on time Thursday, because next week is our 1-year anniversary for the show. And so far we have Hickok committed to coming on. So Hickok 45 will be on. TN Outdoors 9 will be on. Maybe 22 Plankster if he gets to feeling better. He hurt his back. And then Jared, he can pop in there too, and we're going to do it at the Nashville Armory. So
cool.
That'll be cool. Our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, bless your heart.
People actually listen to it.
Bless your heart. Ain't it special?
So special. No, dude, we're getting pretty excited. This week I've been putting together the SHOT Show calendar and really knuckling down to try and organize, because it's just, it's a monster. And people think, oh, you guys just go out and, have a bunch of fun and party the whole time. No, not really.
That's not what we're doing?
No.
We'll be working.
This is our first SHOT Show, so we need some tips and tricks and suggestions.
Seriously? You guys weren't there last year?
No.
Uh-uh.
This is going to be our first. Last year at that SHOT Show time, this was still just a hobby to us. Like, we didn't even.
It was like our second show.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hold you take you by the hand and let you know what you need to do.
Now, Dax, are you going to SHOT Show?
I am not.
Oh man,
I am. I've got some obligations here I need to take care of. However, the way it's looking, probably next year.
Well, send us some swag and stuff we can hand out to people, and we'll pump you up a little bit out there.
You got it.
Well, Paul, thanks for coming on, man, to talk about the shooting and the.
Oh, thank you for having me. And can I pimp my books?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you can definitely pimp your book. I just finished it, by the way, after almost 8 months.
Oh, good job. No, well, I wrote Student of the Gun, the book Student of the Gun, a Beginner Once, a Student for Life. And then here last spring, I was contacted by a publishing house, and they asked me if I would co-author a couple of books. And I did it, and they're out. And one of them is called Armed and Smart, A Beginner's Guide to Concealed Carry.
So it's not for us.
The other one is called Armed and Smarter, Advanced Shooting and Concealed Carry and Training. But
that's definitely not for us.
You guys know my name, right?
Paul
Markle.
Mm-hmm.
If you put Paul and Markle together and then put a .com behind it, you can see the links to those right there. They actually just went up this week. So
are you going to come out with one?
Pretty brand new.
Are you going to come out with one that's like concealed carry for the mediocrely intelligent?
What, for you?
Yes.
Just call it the guide for Zeke. Zeke's guide.
Yeah, but if you want to go to paulmarkle.com, you can take a look at that. Like I said, we just put the initial press releases just went out this week.
Is that going to be a electronic book as well? Is it just
no? Right now, it's a paperback book with
paperback.
color pictures. There's lots of pictures in it for you.
Oh, well then, yeah, maybe we will be able to look at it then.
Yeah, I'm in.
Appreciate it, Paul.
All right, thanks, guys.
Make a great Christmas gift for people. So go to paulmarkle.com and get that book.
Yeah.
It's not too late for stocking stuffers.
Not at all.
Hey, congratulations on your Colt deal, too.
Thanks.
All right, buddy.
Take care, guys.
So
he's a great guy.
That would make a good Christmas present, but also something that would make a good Christmas present. God, this sounds like a daggum infomercial as I'm starting this off. Is a Cantubruner pen, man. These things are awesome. Yeah. Tell us about your company.
Zeke has been telling me about these pens, so I'm very excited to hear about them.
Well, yours are on the way.
Oh, we got some on the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Mine is going to look like this. I've got the 50 BMG coming.
Okay.
And then yours is a 308 with urban camo, right?
Yeah, it's a nickel plated 308 with an urban camo end on it.
Oh, nice. Dude. Yeah.
And what kind of pin inserts are there? The cross or
it's a standard cross refill.
Okay.
So basically what you're doing is buying a cross ink pen wrapped in a 308 or a 50 cal or a 30-06 or whatever I decide to throw it in.
Nice.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. What made you not decide to do the Mont Blanc refills?
Aside from the machining involved, these are more readily available. They're not expensive.
Sure.
They're, and besides that, that's kind of sticking it to the man. My big thing on Instagram is Mont Blanc who.
The big hashtag you put on just about everything, right?
Everything.
Except for the post with us where it's like, I've never Skyped before, hashtag.
Yeah.
All right, y'all are going to have to explain this to me. What are hashtags for?
Okay, hashtags are, you can make them up. You can use some that are already in existence. Like on everything I post on Instagram or Twitter, I put hashtag 2A, Second Amendment, hashtag NRA, hashtag Mullen Labe.
Yep.
Wow, all those rhymed. And then, or guns welcome or whatever. If you have something crazy on there, like he was going to come on the show, he'd never Skyped before. He said hashtag I never Skyped before. Some people can get pretty creative and
does that mean that
funny.
You own that at that point?
No, it doesn't mean you own it. But what happens is, like with 2A, NRA, guns welcome, stuff like that, that's very common out there. Mm-hmm. Somebody can go search that hashtag and they can see every post that has ever been made with that hashtag in it. So that's
so it's
how
like a tag.
It's kind of how you start getting more people seeing your stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a search mechanism, really.
Gotcha.
Now, was your business already pumping pretty well before you started doing the Instagram thing, or?
I honestly, it was okay, but it wasn't going anywhere. You know what I mean? We started the company really off of a gift I got from my mom. Okay. My uncle actually made pins out of shell casings. And my mom sent me one as a Christmas gift a couple of years ago. I got to looking at it. I thought, you know what? I live in Texas and everybody's got a gun. And why would they not want to buy this? You know what I mean? He made me 100 pins and we took them to a gun show in Mesquite, Texas. We had 2 wooden boxes, no stands. We just threw them in a box and I sold 2. And that didn't even cover lunch. And, we've been going ever since, But as far as Instagram, it's increased our business 1,000%.
Wow,
it's ridiculous. We're shipping, I think, to 13 countries now. Every state in the United States, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, everywhere. It's crazy.
Where can people go to order them?
Our website, it's Cantubruner Designs.com. So Cantubruner Designs.com.
Now, what's the Cantu part on it?
That's my wife.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Is that her maiden name or?
That's her name. She didn't change her name when we got married.
Okay.
She's just a proud Latino woman, and so she decided not to do that, and that's cool. I get called Mr. Cantu a lot though, which is fine.
Well, and the cool thing about your pins too is it's not just. Like I've seen some bullet pins before, casing pins before. It's just a casing and then another brass back and it looks like every other pin. You actually do some cool stuff to it. Like the 50 that I'm getting has crushed money in the tip of it, right?
Exactly. It's real U.S. currency that's shredded, and it's cast in a clear poly resin.
Oh, wait a minute now. You may not want to say that because it's federal.
It's actually obtained from the United States Treasury. It's perfectly legal.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. Let's clarify that.
Yeah, they sell it.
Won't you getting in trouble?
Yeah, no. They sell it in little 16-ounce bags, and you can buy it all day long.
Okay.
And then like, well, for instance, the Urban Camo, you can do that on the back. I've seen some of them; they have carbon fiber on it.
Yeah.
How are you getting the designs on there?
Well, actually,
or is that a trade secret?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I actually purchased those from different companies. But like if I have a custom thing in mind that I want to do, I can call some people up and have them made. I just don't have the facilities to do it myself yet.
You're not doing like the hydro dipping or anything like that?
No.
Okay. That would work good. I was just thinking that would work good with the hydro dipper.
I know one thing I saw on your Instagram account that you did recently that was amazing. You had shell casings from an actual 21 gun salute, right?
Yeah. In fact, we started doing that when my stepdad passed away, and we were able to get all the brass from his 21 gun salute and make some pins like that. But we just kind of put it out there on a whim, thinking, it's a nice thing for people to have.
Sure.
What would be cool is, for instance, when Zeke and I went down to Georgia and did that YouTube shoot, I shot my first 50 cal.
Yeah.
And I got the casing from it. What would be cool is if I could send that to you, and then, you customize it, make a pin, and then I could commemorate, something like that, make it more memorable.
Absolutely.
Do you guys do that?
Sure, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way to trivialize his 21 gun salute story.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your 21 gun salute story? I thought you were done.
No.
It's a special occasion, and it's a special brass for, a military vet that dies, and they got it from his 21. Well, hey, I shot a 50 BMG for the first time.
I'll tell you, I'll be
Mr. ADD, get on my ass for I do it one time. I was not trivializing
I know.
the 21 gun salute. I mean, I think
left hand was not doing
No,
that.
I mean, once you start saying stuff like that, it gets my wheels turning, and I'm like, oh, you know what? You could also do this. You could also do that.
Hey,
that is an awesome tribute that you could do there too.
If somebody does have brass from something like they killed their first deer with their 308 or whatever, they can send it to you and you can customize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a guy. The first antler pins that we did was a guy here in Texas named Evan, and he sent us the rack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he sent us the rack, and I provided shell casings because he didn't have those. But certainly, if somebody wanted to do that, I'd be glad to. But we made him some pin stands out of the tips on the rack, and then the actual pin ends off of the rack.
That's awesome. That's a great idea.
That stuff smells like ass wrapped in feet, but it turns out. I'll tell you what.
I like that analogy. That's great.
We're talking about Instagram. Do you do any of the other social media stuff? Twitter, Facebook, any of that?
I do it all. I tell you, with Instagram, for my business especially, it's worked out really well. Facebook for me is not a big hitter for me, and I understand it is for you guys. But Instagram for me is fantastic for the simple fact I only opened my account in May. Of this year, and we just broke 10,000 followers.
Wow. How many do we have?
500.
500?
500. I think we got you 2 of those, didn't we?
Yeah, I think you actually got us about 5.
Yeah, and off of Instagram, I post to Twitter directly.
Yeah, that's what we're been doing now, too.
Twitter is hit or miss, but...
It is. And the weird thing is, we can't really... I've told you about this. We can't figure out the formula. We're about to hit 30,000 Facebook likes, but then on Twitter and Instagram, we're right at 500. And I think part of it is the same mentality that I had towards Instagram when we started getting on there. I thought it was just girls posting selfie pics and stuff.
Sure.
I had no clue the amount of gun stuff that's on there. I mean, you've got Green Berets, SEALs, you got everyday, mall cops, everybody, and they're posting pics of some of the coolest guns.
Because this is the first time I've heard you use that term selfie. All right, you never heard of that term either before this Obama bullshit, have you?
No, what's the selfie with Obama?
The selfie picture.
You didn't hear the big uproar at Mandela's service?
No.
It was like this hot chick who's over Go ahead.
The Danish Prime Minister,
there
I
you
think
go.
it was.
Yeah, the Danish Prime Minister is like this really hot blonde chick.
Yeah.
And supposedly she asked Obama if it'd be okay if she took a picture of him with their cell phone. They did it during the service or something.
Oh, my God.
And there was another guy, too, that maybe the British, I don't know, Prime or German or somebody.
Yeah.
But the three of them did a selfie. And I never heard selfie. I don't know what the frick a selfie was either. I kept hearing selfie, so I was like, what is that? And then finally I listened to a show and they explained it's just when you take a picture of yourself and post it.
And a lot of times this girl's making the little squished up duck face, yeah.
But until that, I'd never heard a selfie before. I didn't know what a selfie was. But did you? Have you ever heard that term before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've got a 16-year-old daughter.
Man, I'm just behind the times on everything.
On Instagram, I mean, there's so much cool gun stuff, and the thing that I've been getting connected with people on is, my brother-in-law Brandon Bond had told me about it and told me you've got to get on Instagram. So I reluctantly did it, and I started seeing his stuff. Well, he's known for tattoos, but he's got a ton of gun stuff. Then there's Aaron, the new NRA spokesperson who's known for car stuff, and there's Austin. Did I say Aaron?
Yeah,
that guy.
Austin Weiss.
Yeah, Austin, who you've done business with, and he's known for car stuff, and he's putting a ton of gun stuff on there. And I mean, you see everything from just a guy with his hunting rifle, and then you see like a $10,000 tricked out AR, and just you have this constant feed. And there's a lot of Second Amendment, pro Second Amendment, like memes, internet memes that pop up that are pretty good. I've actually used a couple of those on Facebook, and it's interesting. I never knew the network of Instagram gun stuff that was out there, but it is.
It's crazy. With Austin in particular, with his new position at the NRA, Austin's approaching 350,000 followers, I believe.
Just on Instagram.
Wow. Yeah, he's all over Twitter. He's on Facebook. I mean, and it's
we got to figure that out.
If you watch the video that, and I believe it's on YouTube, that Austin did when they announced him as the NRA commentator.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He'll tell you. I don't know if you've ever seen his truck, his personal truck. But,
was it the zombie Jeep or?
No. That's one he built for a fella here in Texas, actually.
Oh, okay.
But he drives I want to say it's an old 59 Apache. I'm not sure exactly. But anyway, he would take a picture of, say, the front of his truck, okay? And it's just the coolest thing ever. And he'll get maybe 3,000 or 4,000 likes on it, okay?
Right.
Throw a gun in that same picture and you've automatically got 10,000. So, I mean, that's the effect that it has, because and like he said in his video, people are pro to Second Amendment, but they're kind of closet pro Second Amendment. So Instagram is a great platform for that, and I think the NRA did a great service by bringing him in for that reason.
Sure.
Because I tell you, that guy's got a lot of stroke, man.
And I completely blew us getting a chance to interview him by calling him Aaron.
No, I don't think so. Hey, Austin's a cool guy, man. He's really cool.
Yeah, he follows us on Instagram. But yeah, I mean, there's tons of stuff out there that. Yeah. And that's another reason why I think in '94, when they got the first assault weapons ban pushed through, they didn't have stuff like this. It was just what you heard from your buddy down the street about stuff. Now it's
10 days later,
Yeah, and now with the internet,
instant.
Social media,
instant.
Yeah, and everybody can connect.
There's no reason why I shouldn't know what a selfie is.
That's true. That's true, Meat Wagon.
Yeah. I see a little chrome dome going there. Don't get me started.
I do this to myself.
Oh yeah, that's self-inflicted.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say, give me the guy's name who did that to you. I'll go kick his ass for you. But
you know what's funny is my wife's a hairdresser.
Is she really? That's awesome.
Yeah. You've just eliminated the need for that service, haven't you?
Yeah. I did. She won't cut my hair.
Yeah, our hair is getting shaggy. We're doing a fundraiser for Hawks Locks for Kids, and we're growing it out for a year, and it's getting to that shaggy point where you can't really do a whole lot with it. Just let it hang.
Well, mine's past that. I'm at a good stage right now.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, see, mine's wavy. Yours is straight, so mine does all these little bing.
No, mine's wavy too.
Is it really? Do you straighten your hair?
I'm just saying.
Oh
no! I'm just saying.
Do you have a flat iron?
I've got ways. No, there's a technique with a hat with a ball cap. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, okay. You're just going to let me have my little frizzy waves, huh?
Yeah,
Why did this just turn into talking hair?
I
don't know. Let's change the subject quick.
Yeah. Guns.
Man
guns.
check.
Lots of guns. Hey, actually, you said check. EDC check. What do you got?
EDC check.
You're our guest, Dax. What do you carry?
What do I carry? Well, whatever I got at the time. We had a Glock 19, and that's about what we carry.
Good choice. Any knives?
You know what? I'm not a big knife guy. I've got a couple, but nothing to write home about.
Any Cantubruner pens?
I've always got one of those.
We'll Have you got some? Do you make a tactical version of your pen?
I don't, and I've been approached about that. I'm just not equipped to build it at the moment. And we were talking about Austin earlier. He actually is manufacturing one now that I've kind of been following, but he's got the big CNC machines and all this stuff. Sure. I do this in half of my garage.
You do that kind of volume out of your garage?
I do.
Wow, that's impressive.
And keep in mind, it's only half because my wife won't park outside.
That's where all great businesses start. In the garage.
We're making
or a Mexican radio station.
Do we have this conversation?
No, I just said that some good businesses start out of a Mexican radio station.
Yeah.
We started recording our show in a Mexican radio station in Nashville.
Is that right?
Yep.
We actually we had some lead heads come into town. Have you talked about that yet?
No, not yet.
We had some lead heads came into town, visited us, and we went out to dinner with them. And the place that we ate at was just across the street from where we recorded our first episode. Yeah. So we had a little nostalgia going on there. Brought a little tear to my eye.
And what's hilarious is we had thousands of dollars better equipment when we were there, and we didn't know what the heck we were doing, so our sound was worse there than when we actually bought all our own stuff and put a studio together.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Yeah, we had no clue what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't.
Yep.
Still don't.
Still trying to figure it out.
But it's like Mark Twain said, all you need is confidence and ignorance.
We got a lot of the second.
I am oozing with it.
Yeah. I'm very confident that we are ignorant.
Makes it much more fun.
Or are we ignorant to our confidence?
You missed it earlier. We did our what we did with guns.
Yeah.
Guess what I got yesterday as the rest of my payment.
You got. Wait a minute. I'm thinking about what it is you've been wanting.
Well, I got the head down. Got a head down.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And then the other one you've been telling me to get for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I got one, 9mm sub 2000.
Oh, did you get the sub 2000?
I did get the sub 2000.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I got it, man.
Good for you.
I hadn't shot it yet. I shot the head down yesterday.
Did you?
Oh,
sweet.
That's a sweet rifle.
That's the one, by the way, lead heads.
Here's the announcement I told you about
for the Rescue Ranch that we're having a custom head down done just for us. It's going to have our logo engraved on it. We're going to have it custom painted. And you're going to have an opportunity to win that through donating to the Rescue Ranch. So how's that site coming, Zeke?
Site is coming good. We've still got to iron out some of the legal. We're going to give you plenty of notice. Hopefully we'll have it on next week's show.
Yeah.
We'll
So,
be ready
basically what you can expect is if you're not legally able to own a firearm, then you can't enter this contest. But you can still make a donation, and we encourage you to do that. There's going to be a minimum amount that you have to donate to be eligible, and you're going to go and you're going to register on the website. But then again, also, it has to be legal in your state. And if you're not in the United States, then you're not eligible either. Sorry, guys. But again, you can still go and make donations to the Rescue Ranch on our behalf. And what we're going to do is all the money that we raise on our event February the 1st, we're going to have a shooting match. It's an invitational only out at the range there. Point blank range out in Statesville, North Carolina. And we are going to present them with one of those big Goby checks for how much we raise. And, you know, we would like to be the big donors there. So you guys really help us push that number up and get your chance to win a very cool head-down AR-15 customized with the Talking Lead logo and custom paint job. Our buddy Sean is going to be doing the Cerakoting on that. So I can't wait to see what he's going to come up with for us on that. It's going to be awesome. But as soon as we've got everything on the website set up, and it's going to go through Northside Gun, our buddies down at Northside Gun are going to do that, and everything's going to go through them. So it's going to be you're going to have to be able to pass a background check and all that. So, if you know you're not going to pass a background check and you're not legally able and you're in a state that you can't do it, don't go there and register for the gun, but at the same time, you can still go to Rescue Ranch and make a donation and tell them you're leadhead.
Are you a NASCAR guy at all, Dax?
I tell you, I used to follow it pretty heavily, but with business booming like it is, I haven't been able to watch much.
Sure. This event is Ryan and Chrissy Newman's event. Ryan Newman, the race
okay, yeah,
and he's
their
putting on a
foundation.
competition shoot.
Yeah, we're going to do a steel plate shoot. It's going to be indoors just because this time of year. Next year, they're actually going to do it warmer time of the year, and we're going to do indoor, outdoor. We've got some musical people lined up. Marcus Fox is going to be there doing some music. We've got some celebrities. Chris Heben going to be there. Nicole McLean's going to be there. Mike Deddy, author of Guns Across Borders, is going to be there. There's some other people, too. And I guarantee there's going to be a bunch of NASCAR guys there, too, that Ryan's hooked up with.
Man, that's great.
Yeah, we got to get you the right contact information, get you involved with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always down for stuff like that.
Well, if you want to, we're still looking for people to donate giveaways and stuff like that.
Sure.
If you want to donate some of your pins as prize package giveaways, or they've got goodie bags also that they're doing, more than happy to do that. I need to get your stuff like yesterday. I mean, send me your logo, your bio, and all that so we can get it on the marketing materials. But if that's something you want to do, let me know, and I'll hook you up with Carla.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm in.
I'll make sure she gives you a call.
Talking about giveaways, we forgot to announce the winner of last week's trivia.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so...
Well, the week before last.
Or yeah, actually, it was the week before. We just forgot it last week. We should have made
the announcement last week.
Yeah.
But the trivia question was...
What was the weapon that the governor used?
Yeah. No, it was how... what was the weapon? Or how did the
governor take out Martinez?
Martinez, yeah. How did the government take Martinez out? And we had a lot of responses on this, and some people went into the whole detail on how he got taken down, and some people just did the first part, which what we were looking for was the golf club. So he used a golf club, and we don't know which golf club it was. We've paused it and slow-moed it just to try to see what he used, but I think the consensus is it was a pitching wedge.
Mm-hmm. And then
you didn't have to get pitching wedge right. Just a golf club, and then people went on further, and then he drug his ass to the zombie pit, and the zombies finished him off, ate his brains.
So who is the winner, Left Hand?
The winner is Alan Lopez. Alan Lopez, send us your contact information, and you are the winner of the Modern Spartan Systems kit from our buddy
Justin McConnell
over at the Modern Spartan Systems. He's going to hook you up with some very cool cleaning products. But congratulations, and thanks for everybody who participated.
For trivia again this week, it's not again, but we're right at about 80 reviews on iTunes, trying to get back to our 200 that we had before we had to switch the feed and everything. And
so here's the deal.
You got to get it to 100. We're going to do the first drawing.
We're not doing any more trivia giveaways
until we get 100.
Until we get 100 on our feedback.
Yeah, and we're going to put together some pretty cool prize packages for these giveaways. Yeah. For the 100, it'll be a smaller one. 200 will be bigger.
As you guys help us grow, then we're going to help you guys out and have cooler prizes.
Definitely. Awesome. So go on iTunes.
Might even get a nice little pin.
Yeah.
You might get more than one.
So go on iTunes, pull up Talking Lead, and write a review in there. Just because you click the 5-star, that doesn't count as a review because we didn't see your name. The people that are getting entered in the drawing are the people that are actually writing something. Even if you just say, you guys suck.
No.
But give us 5 stars when you do it.
You guys suck, 5 stars worth.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You know we're going to have like 10 of those now.
I mean, but seriously, feedback is something that we take serious, and be honest as you can. You can cut up and have a good time. That's fine too. We like to do that.
A lot of the stuff we do on the show has come from feedback that we've gotten.
If you guys have suggestions on maybe guest or the way we should go about doing things, or whatever,
Plop it on there.
Give us some. Yeah, give us some. In the early days we got tore up.
Oh yeah.
And I know we hadn't got much better. So
well, we got some good ones on there now. The last couple of weeks, like we've got great, a new one just popped up.
Oh yeah,
thanks War 13 USAF, and he's an Air Force guy. I should be like pumping up him, but he says geek and left eye, 5 stars.
Yeah.
Anyways, he did give us a good review, even though he called us geek and left eye. 5 stars, came out of nowhere and won the boys over with down to earth talk about everyday topics and some cool gun stuff too.
That's who I want to hear. I want to hear from our servicemen and women also. I mean, if you guys listen to us overseas and you appreciate it, or if there's something that you'd like us to talk about, give us some feedback on that, man. We really want to make sure that you guys are enjoying the show as well.
What was it? We got a whole platoon in Korea listening to us right now?
Yeah.
It's somewhere over, I think it was in Asia somewhere, where the guy got his platoon.
Was it Korea?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know it wasn't like in theater. It was like at a base in another country or something like that.
Right.
But then the next one, we've got RFQ Morning Hater. Awesome, 5 stars. I'm new to this podcast, but I love it. I love how casual and relaxed the guys are. Subjects are informative and at the same time entertaining. Keep up the good work, you guys. Fans for life.
Thank you.
There you go.
So stuff like that.
Yep.
I mean, that's cool. We got any more?
Did I read the one that said we're the Porsche of shooting podcast?
I don't think so.
That's pretty cool. It said the absolute best and funny, 5 stars by MF Zuber 3. He says this is the Porsche.
I love these names.
I know
people come up with.
He said this is the Porsche of shooting podcast. It's like talking with your buddies about shooting, and of course, giving each other some jazz.
Oh, dude, I could have made a comment right there. It'd be completely tasteless.
If you are not listening, then you must be a jackwagon and or a Piers Morgan. If you don't know about that, Dax, at one point, I think our first jackwagon was Piers Morgan. And
was it Diane Feinstein or Pierce?
Maybe it was Diane, but he was one of the first two.
Yeah.
And we got to the point where we started saying anything negative was a Piers Morgan. Like if you made a bad shot, you really Piers Morgan that shot.
Yeah. Or if you had to go drop a deuce, you said, I got to go take a Piers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fill me in on the jackwagon because I missed it. Because I was going to make that guy in the urinal a jackwagon.
Oh no! Kanye West came out and said, kind of like what Tom Cruise did. He said, "Dancing on stage is like going to war."
Oh, he did too. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, did he just say like going to war, or did he say did he liken it to the American servicemen and women, or did he just say it's like going to war?
I don't know. It's a stupid phrase to even say.
I know, but at the same time, you got to look at these people and in their minds what war is. You know, they don't know what war is. A war to them is trying to get their next contract bumped up to an extra $50 million or something. Idiots. I just don't want to get too hypersensitive about stuff like that. Holding people to what their colloquialisms.
Their colloquialisms.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I Google that before we make sure that's what I want to say?
I would.
Yeah.
I don't know if saying going to war is actually a colloquialism, but saying yuns from up on your plateau
is that
area,
a colloquialism?
Yuns instead of you all or y'all or you guys. That's a colloquialism.
Okay, so they're whatever the I'm trying to say. I've had several brain injuries, Dax. So it's hard for me.
I've had some.
I'll have a word in my head. I just can't get it. I can't get it the out sometimes. It just really frustrates me.
But if you notice, this ear here hangs down a little lower than the rest of them.
Yeah.
I've taken some hits to the dome. So
I hear you. Yeah, I have too. I just took one here recently too. But anyway, I mean, this is just. I don't want to get too picky on holding people to what they say.
Well, because sometimes it may not.
Unless they just blatantly, liken it to our American servicemen and women going to war or something like that.
And for most people, I would. But you're talking about Kanye West.
I know he's a. Anyway,
the guy that runs up on stage when a 16-year-old girl is winning an award, yanks it out of her hand, and starts rambling.
Yeah, well, I mean, he deserves to be on our jackwagon train, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
if it's somebody where it's more gray.
Yeah, I would just, yeah, exactly. There's a little more gray area going on.
So, Dax,
what they say.
Tell our listeners how they can order a pin, follow you, all the social media you do. Just kind of give yourself a big plug all the way around.
Well, the website is www.cantubruner, Cantubruner Designs.com. That's Cantubruner Designs.com. Instagram, we are Cantubruner Designs. Same with Facebook. Twitter is at Cantubruner DSNS.
And you want to know something that's really freaky right now?
What's that?
When you just gave your Instagram out, I just got a notice Cantubruner Designs mentioned you in a photo. That was weird.
Yep.
That was perfect
Oh,
timing.
dude, the bone skull leather bracelets are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got other stuff besides pins on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My wife actually does all the jewelry stuff. We recently came out with a shirt design, a T-shirt design. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Is that the one with the brass knuckles?
That's the one.
Yeah, I like that.
Is that on here also?
Yeah, click on the apparel button.
Apparel, there it is. Okay. You get what you deserve. Brass knuckles.
Yep, because sometimes you deserve to get hit in the mouth.
With brass knuckles.
Yes, sir. You'll see my hashtags on Instagram. That's a quote that I use all the time. And it's kind of how I live my life, you know?
Yeah.
And because I was sitting there, you know, before the business took off thinking, you know, I wish I could do this or I'd like to do that. And I never did it. You know what I mean? So I was just sitting there one day and I'm getting everything I deserve, which is nothing. So when we started the company, that's kind of how we did it. You know, every bad thing that's ever happened to me and every good thing that's ever happened to me is because of something I did or a decision.
Karma. You're talking about karma. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a big believer in what goes around comes around. Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's like every hit to the dome I've ever taken. I deserved it.
Well, I don't know that I deserved every one of them, but
did any of them come? Did any of them come when you were getting law enforced on you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Left hand missed that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. His law enforcement military experience was the other side of law enforcement.
Oh, really?
He was the
That's a
enforcee.
first.
But I said we need to allow that as an answer to that question.
Absolutely. Way to think outside the box, Dax.
Hey, you know, it's what we do.
So I'm looking at your site here, man. I mean, you guys got a lot of different stuff other than just the pins. You've got some earrings. You've got bracelets. You've got the paracord bracelets. Those are really cool.
You can get your ear pierced now.
That's something my wife actually just started doing. Those are paracord.
Yeah, those are really good. And you got different kind of clasps on those, too, so that's really cool. Neat website, guys, so check it out.
You're going to compete with our buddy on Instagram, huh? The Paramaniac Products?
Hey, actually, he designed that shirt.
Did he really?
He did.
That's awesome. He's a cool guy. He's the one that I was telling you got us hooked up with. He's from England, and he's going to get us hooked up with a guy over there to kind of talk about the gun situation in England, what they...
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
So, let me tell you something. Those guys over there, you know, they belong here.
Yeah, they do.
It's unreal, those guys. Dan White is his name, and we talk almost daily, me and Dan.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy.
He's fantastic. Yeah. He's fantastic. Got a little girl just turned 1, Evie, and he's doing it up over there. He's trying to get that design business off the ground, and we're helping him out a little bit.
Awesome. We'd like to thank our sponsors, US Elite Gear, us-elitegear.com. Enter the code TalkingLead to get a discount on all your kit stuff.
We'd like to thank ICE Training. That's icetraining.us, icetraining.us. Check them out.
Also, All or Nothing Tattoo Studios. That's allornothingtattoo.com, and their gun-friendly merchandise store, strangleholemerch.com.
We'd like to thank our friends over at HG Press, the Holder Group Professional Real Estate Services. Give them a call at 1-800-615-1840 for all your Middle Tennessee real estate needs. Give those guys a call, and I know you guys probably know somebody who's needing to buy or sell. Those guys are excellent, so give them a call today.
And don't forget, holidays coming up. You can go to clutchdefense.com and enter the code TalkingLead68 for a deal there. Also, if you go to modernspartansystems.com, you can enter the code TL15 and get a discount there on some good cleaning supplies.
Check out our buddies at Ergo Grips. They've got everybody's got some great deals, and we did that show last week, so we appreciate everybody sending us some that we hadn't heard about. I've checked out a couple of new sites because of our lead heads, so thank you for that, guys.
And if you got people you're buying for that like guns, the Cantubruner Design bullet pins kick-ass.
That is a great, unique gift.
And perfect for a stocking.
Somebody wouldn't be expecting.
Yep. Yeah. And they're not like Mont Blancs. You don't got to pay $500 for the dadgum things. I think what's the most expensive one you have on there?
The most expensive bullet pen I have is $65.
Right. And it's a good pen that's going to last you a long time.
Yep.
So,
But then
and then
just
the least expensive one is what?
$35.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for other gift ideas for birthdays, anniversaries, retirements, things like that, send them in and have them customized.
Yeah.
Yep. We do a lot of groomsmen gifts too.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
Ooh, cufflinks. Cufflinks, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're working with some other people on that right now, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, my wheels just start turning. I'm like, I've got all kinds of ideas.
Well,
I tell you, I get calls and emails all the time. Hey, Dax, you need to do this. Hey, Dax, you need to do that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get to all of them. It's just this time of year, there's no way.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. We had a blast, and we'll look forward to doing it again. And as always, left hand, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms close.